So I've been thinking about my mortality lately. I know that is really grim. That is really dark. That is not fun to think about. It is not fun, but it is something that occasionally you think about, especially when you start getting a bit older. Like, I'm 30 now, so it's like, yeesh, right? It's like, I know I still got quite a few years to go, but you start thinking about stuff like that. Like, man. And of course, anytime I start thinking about weird shit like that, it always leads me back to martial arts in some way. So I'm pretty sure you're wondering, thank you, how the hell is this actually Hammer though? I think this is actually Hammer. Yeah, I think we ran into Hammer. This is an ESFL champion, boys. So let's see. Let's see how this goes. But yeah, man, probably wondering how the hell does that topic lead into BJ Penn and this new series that I'm going to just run through. I think this one's actually very interesting to me. It's examining fighters with some of the worst losses in the UFC. BJ Penn is definitely one of those guys. Missed that. BJ Penn is currently 7 losses in a row. 7 losses in a row, man. And you can look back and you can say a lot of those losses were due to the level of competition he started facing. That's true. But it's also true that BJ Penn just also got older, man. When you get older, what happens is, well, you become old. And newer things generally, not all the time, there are a lot of things worth conserving. You guys already know this about me. It's no secret. And I believe a lot of things are worth conserving. But generally speaking, especially in terms of technology, and martial arts is a technology. Hey, don't be doing that. In terms of technology, which martial arts is a technology, newer is generally better. Of course, when you look at philosophies of like martial arts, like the principles generally stay the same. They don't really change. But as humans innovate and they improve upon the old when it comes to martial arts skills, newer is typically better, more efficient, more intricate. Because they've taken the time to look at all the mistakes of the past and they've fixed them. You look at the UFC, when the UFC first started, mixed martial arts is a technology. You take a look at when it first started and you compare it to where it's at right now. I mean, the skill difference between fighters is you can't even begin wrapping your head around it. You know what I mean? Some of the champions of old will not be able to hang with the champions of today. And the more moving parts you have to a technology, to a specific technology, the more you need to innovate. Like an airplane, for example. Goddamn lots of moving parts. Medicine, for example. Hey, it's bow. No problemo. Medicine, for example. Trying to fix the human body. Sit them down. Lots of moving parts there. You gotta keep innovating. You gotta keep learning. Why not? I'm gonna stack you. See if I can ground and pound you since you want to lay on your back, boy. Alright, he's up. Same thing with martial arts, man. Lots of moving parts to it. And so, as people innovate and things, new skills are introduced, or more efficient ways of doing things are introduced, You know, people, for example, start realizing that bodybuilding style workouts is not exactly the most effective for martial arts, you know. Even GSP will tell you that. Well, what happens is some of the older guys and the fact that the human body just ages, and when you age, a lot of things that... Sit him down! A lot of things that you used to be able to do when you were younger, suddenly you can't do them anymore. Well, you can imagine why someone like BJ Penn will go downhill. We also see this a lot with fighters that were known to focus heavily on their gifts, their physical gifts. As they get older, a lot of them go downhill. Like, I'm actually thinking about adding Roy Jones, like maybe adding some boxing to this. I don't know. I mean, I do want to do it for only mixed martial arts, but had me thinking about someone like Roy Jones as well, who, you know, is like a lot of people would say, like, in terms of technical boxing, you know, he wasn't exactly the greatest. Sit him down, please. There you go. You're done, sir. Oh, my stamina. Stand. Thank you. Someone like Roy Jones, in terms of his technical boxing, you know, he's not one of the greatest, but he was goddamn effective, though. He was absolutely freaking effective because he was fast as hell. He was powerful. He was athletic as all hell. He had very good cardio. You're stuck a little bit now. Okay. I guess your grappling's better than your striking, because your striking right now is, I don't know, man. And so, you know, with BJ, you're like, man, it's just a pity how everything just went downhill, man. He kept trying, which is a big part of it. You know, I think that's the saddest part, is where you have the will to continue, you have the will to keep going, the drive, the desire. You want to keep... before I actually get to that, I was talking about physical gifts. You know, BJ is someone that you could say, oh, you got to stop doing that, bro. You got to stop whiffing, man. Wow, that is ridiculous, Hammer. Wow. I cannot believe you whiffed that badly twice. Yikes, man. Anyways, there you have it, BJ Penn. BJ Penn. I'm going to continue what I was talking. I'm going to try to get one more fight with him and see if I can run through. Because my brain is so... There's so much to talk about with this topic. But yeah, be right back. We're facing another Wonder Boy player. Let's see if we can make him look like the last one. But yeah, man. BJ Penn, where I left off, focused quite a bit on his physical attributes. There's been a lot of stories about his training habits and how it wasn't very good. And so, you know, as you're getting older and you're running into Yair Rodriguez and you're an older BJ Penn who didn't really develop, you know, like a lot of different skills, you know, it's you kind of see how things can go downhill. But then he keeps trying and trying. All right, so this dude is a lot more aggressive. He's playing... Nope. He's fighting like I'm trying to play a turn-based style with him, but I'm not. So right here, whenever you notice that they're just going, I've said this multiple times, you know. Even if you have your turn, sometimes don't take it. You know, don't take your turn, like right there. Like, you know, when he's done throwing, a lot of times I have my turn to go, but I don't actually go. I just move forward, I fake, I advance a little bit, I let him throw. And then when I see a clear opening, then I'm going to start stealing his turn. So we'll see if we can demonstrate that for you guys so you see exactly what I mean. But yeah, BJ Penn downhill, and then like, I mean, it got worse and worse and worse because BJ Penn was now getting beat up in street fights as well. I mean, this was a former UFC champion. It's a pity how that happens. And so we're gonna look at some. Sit him down. We're gonna look at some fighters in the UFC. See right there, I was trying to steal his turn, but he circles away really well, and so we return to what we were doing. But we're gonna check out some fighters in the UFC with terrible losses. Losing streaks, I meant to say. So like someone like Rashad Evans, for example, I believe he was at like 6 losses in a row, something like that. There's some of them. I think the worst one currently in the UFC is Sam Alvey. I think so. I think Sam Alvey is probably at like 9 losses in a row. I think he's even worse than BJ Penn. So we'll check out some of these fighters. Relax, relax. No need to go. No need to go. I cannot believe how these guys are whiffing. I think this fight's done. Look at him. He's not even blocking. I think that boy just straight up gave up. I think he just straight up gave up right there. It was like, yeah, I'm done. But yeah, we're definitely going to be exploring this topic of mortality as I play through some of these fights. Like, I'm not going to make it a structured series or anything. Like, I'm not going to do like the worst losses, the worst losing streaks in every weight class. I'm not going to do anything like that. I don't want to hold myself to it too much. I'm just going to pick out a few fighters with terrible losing streaks, and I'm just going to do a fighter showcase with them. And I'm mostly doing it just because I want a like a little backdrop as I'm to play while I kind of unpack this whole thought that I have in my head, because I said I've been really thinking about my mortality a lot. And I'm not saying I'm getting ready to die or anything, but like every single day we're all getting closer to it, which is a scary thought. Like if you think about it, from the day you're born, you're dying, which is like freaking hell, bro. Like that's just crazy to start thinking about. But anyways, hope I did not just completely depress the fuck out of you guys as you're trying to be entertained. I am very sorry about that. But yeah, I will see you guys later with a brand new one. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and like it, and I'll see you guys later. As always, stay safe. Peace out. Have a good one.